everyone, I'm back with my December favorites, and it's honestly crazy to be saying December because that means 2015 is almost done, and it has honestly been a very, very great year. If you guys are interested in my December favorites, please keep watching. Start with my favorite brushes. So one of the first brushes I'm loving this month, and I've been loving all year actually, and sorry if these brushes are kind of dirty and just use them to do my makeup, but I got this last Christmas from my dad, and it's the Aveda Kabuki brush. And if you watched my first video, you know that's where I want to go, is Aveda Institute in Minneapolis. And it's just this really nice brush, and I use it to set my face so you can see it's kind of gross. Ew. Second brush that I'm loving this month is the Eco Tools bronzing brush. And it's just this really big, bulky brush. It's kind of not tapered, but it's like, I don't know if you can see the shape of it. It's really fat and dense and good for putting bronzer on, but it's not too dense where it's really packing on. I usually take a different brush and then put my bronzer on, and then I go in with this and then I blend it out. I'm not sure if you can see my bronzer here, but that's what I use to blend this out. You literally just take this, and where it's got the little slant part, you just go and you go like this, and it blends it out perfectly. Next brush I'm in love with, which I really need to repurchase this one because I've really beat it up. This part is all dented in, and my handle's kind of dented. I'm not sure what I did, but it's the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. It's just perfect for putting on my foundation and either stippling it or buffing it into the skin, and it works wonders. I actually got my friend this brush for Christmas, and she's loving it. And then the last brush that I'm loving this month is the Coastal Scents. Oh boy, there's no name on this. I'll have to look it up online, but it's basically just a fluffy eye blending brush. It's perfect, and I love using it for my transition shade. And then I take a different brush, this one right here, and it's double-ended. I'm really sad because this is like one of my favorite makeup brush brands, and I got it at Walmart, and they have the same brand. Changed the packaging, the brushes, and they do not carry this, but so I can't really recommend it. It was actually one of my favorites. So next I'm going to move on to eyeshadow, of course. And one thing I'm really loving right now is the Morphe Brushes 35T palette. I do plan on doing a review on this, so I'll just give you a quick peek here. I'm not sure how well you can see these shades. I will show some of my favorite shades in the palette here. Some of my favorite shades are this gold shade here. Oh, I hate to use it. It's very, very pretty. I'll swatch it on the back of my hand and show you guys up close. Another one of my favorites, which I'll probably show this in the video too, so I really don't need to show this. But as you can see, here are a few shades. Here's my favorite so far, which is just this really pretty gold shade. I'm not sure if I'm using natural light right now. I'm sitting in front of my window, and it could be washing out the color, but then there's this one, and it's so pretty. I'm hoping when I do a review on these, or on this palette, that I can pick up the true beauty of these colors. And then from Coastal Scents, we have like an empty compact where you make your own palette and you just buy the eyeshadow singly, and they're like 99 cents. One shade that I'm really loving is this shade right here. It's just your ordinary, really pretty, more metallic, almost not metallic, but shimmery, lighter shade, and it's called Flesh Tone. And I definitely recommend this. I use this for my brow highlight and usually inner corner highlight. Next, I'm going to move on to the face, and I'm going to start out with primers that I've been loving this month. Well, pretty much all year. And my first favorite was the L'Oreal Magic Lumi Light Infusing Primer. And this is raved about so much on YouTube. Actually, when I first bought this, I didn't understand what the hype was about. I didn't really like it. And I think it's mainly because of the way I was applying it. I was just applying it to my face, and the way that I think it works the best is mixing it in with my foundation. I picked this up a month ago. It's the Magic Anti-Redness Correcting Primer, and it's just this green primer, and it comes in a pump. This is from the same line from L'Oreal. L'Oreal is actually really stepping it up. I definitely go over to their area in the store, and I go in with my moisturizer, and then I go in with this primer here, and I wouldn't say it corrects it like 100%. It does even out your skin tone a bit, but it also, the main reason why I like it is because it's an amazing base for my foundation, and that's what I really care about, and I swear it helps make it last longer, even though it doesn't claim to do that. It just could be how good it makes my skin look and feel. Definitely recommend to try that out if you have dry skin. And then another primer I'm really liking is the Master Prime by Face Studio Primer. It's the Blur and Illuminate, and I believe this has SPF in it. I'm not 100% sure though. Broad spectrum SPF 30, so there is SPF in there. Even though it's wintertime, it's still good to wear SPF in your face, whether it's in your primer and your moisturizer, whether you're wearing sunscreen. Your foundation's gonna have SPF, but it's also, even though it's not as sunny, you can still get damage from the sun. So it's always a really good idea to wear SPF, and there's SPF in there, so that's definitely a score. And I definitely recommend this for dry skin. Next, I'm going to move on to foundation and concealer and face setting powders and bronzers and stuff like that. My favorite foundation from the drugstore is the Revlon Color Stay. I'm in this shade, oh no, I got the wrong color. I am not in the shade Sand Beige. I am in the shade Nude, but it's just this, looks like this bottle. It's very raved about on YouTube. I got the dry skin version. They have an oily line and then the dry skin line. And then my favorite concealer right now is the Master Conceal by Face Studio, the Camouflaging Concealer by Maybelline. I love this. One thing I can say about that is you're definitely going to need a beauty blender. Not necessarily the one from Sephora, but I use the Real Techniques beauty blender, which I probably could have included that too. But right when you apply this, you want to blend that out, because actually it starts drying pretty decently fast. You're going to want to start from the outside of your eye and then work your way in when you're using this concealer, and go like this. And then you're going to want to set that with a powder, which basically any under eye powder that you have, or just any other your powder that you use to set under your eyes. It will crease, so you want to prevent creasing too, so it's always good to set your concealer with a powder. And then the face powder that I use every day, I have literally had this for a year, and I'm not even halfway through it. It just looks like this. They have it at Walmart, Walgreens, I believe they have it at Target. You want to look on the back, like right here. They have the shades, and you're going to want to match up your shade. You're going to want to find one that'll fit your skin tone, of course, because if you're lighter skinned, you don't want to find too dark of a setting powder. And then one of my favorites is the NYC Sun Bronzer. Casey Holmes, like a year and a half ago, made a video, it might have even been 2 years ago. She made a video of products that would be good for beginners, and I picked this up, and it actually is a really good bronzer for beginners, and it has a little bit of glitter, but not chunks of glitter. It's more like illuminating. Definitely going to want to try to get something like this when you're starting out. Next, one of my favorite products is the Maybelline Brow Define and Fill Duo brow pencil, and it looks just like this. On the end you have your brow powder. What matters the most is on the other end, which is the brow pencil, and it's really good for really getting at your arch here and filling in your eyebrows and getting in there, and it's really easy for lining your eyebrows to make sure that you fill it in perfectly. And it's also really easy to flick those little hairs and make it look really natural. You can make it look natural or as bold as you want, so it's perfect. And then in like my last 3 videos, I swear, I've talked about the Ulta Matte Lip Creams, and my favorite this month is definitely the red, of course, for Christmas. And to finish off the face, I'm loving the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Spray and Set Makeup Extender Setting Spray, and it looks just like this. When you're done putting your makeup on, you're just going to want to spritz your face with this, and it helps your makeup last longer and hydrate your face too, which is really nice. You can also use this to spray on your makeup brush. So just pretend this is like a flat shader brush or something, and I just take this and spray it and then go into my eyeshadow, and it'll make the shadow more bold. And then to finish off, my favorites would be, of course, my favorite moisturizer and face wash. This is my second bottle. It literally took me a year to get through this. Now, I don't know if that's normal or what, but this is the Aveda Botanical Kinetics Purifying Cream Cleanser. Removes makeup and impurities. So this is what the bottle looks like. And then my favorite moisturizer is the Cetaphil. I've heard it pronounced many ways, but I have no idea how to pronounce it. But here it is. It's basically this big, huge tub. Almost gone, but I'm about right here. And it honestly took forever to get through that. It's been a year since I've had this. I probably should just throw it out because that's kind of disgusting. A lot of YouTubers like this too for sensitive dry skin. This is literally for dry sensitive skin. Alright, so that looks like the end of my favorites this month. It honestly has been an amazing year. Tell me what your guys' favorites are down below. I'd love to hear that and maybe try out some new products. Yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Please stay tuned for future videos. Thank you guys so much. Bye.